A second way to do our supine pranayama practice is with bolsters, and there are pranayama bolsters and regular bolsters. So the pranayama bolsters are designed, and the size is specific for lengthening along your spinal column and broadening across your rib cage. So I recommend this over the higher bolster, although this is comfortable and can be used for deep breathing and opening the rib cage. It's a wonderful prop. But for more specific pranayama and to go deeper in, I would suggest using a pranayama bolster and then a cross support for your skull. So you can use a blanket or any kind of firm support for your skull so that the head is lifted a little more than the heart. And another option for those of us who don't have the pranayama bolster is to use a blanket and make the shape of a pranayama bolster with a blanket. So you can take a blanket, a firm wool blanket is preferable, and about this size, the length of your torso, fan fold it. So we fan fold the blanket in threes, like that, so that the lower part is broader, and then the middle is a little more narrow, and then the top tier is the most narrow. So it really looks quite a bit like the same shape and size as a pranayama bolster. And then the same cross support for your skull. Now, some of us will need a little more height under the skull depending on the openness, the degree of openness through the rib cage, so you might fold like that. And in this instance, different than using the blocks where you start further away from the support, you come right up to it with your sacrum and then bring the support for the skull right into the cervical spine, right into the neck. So there's the feeling of supporting the natural curve in the neck. And we basically just check that we feel centered over the support, and then inner spiral the legs. Sometimes using a strap around the thighs is nice, not too tight, because then we do let the legs go, and then externally rotate the arms so the wing bones gently press into the back ribs to support the opening across the front. So here's another option for our supine pranayama practice. And always coming in and going out on your side is advised. So those are the two ways in which I do my reclining pranayama. And the three books that I wanted to suggest are, this is the Bible of pranayama, and my favorite and very well used version is BKS Iyengar's Light on Pranayama, The Yogic Art of Breathing. Definitely good for your library if you are interested in pursuing a pranayama practice and deepening. All the deepening you need is here. And then there's The Science of Breath, which is co-authored by Swami Rama, Rudolph Ballantine, and Alan Himes. Both are doctors, and Swami Rama was the founder of the Himalaya Institute. It's a great read and a really good balance of East and West on breathing anatomy. So I highly recommend this. And then Richard Rosen's book, The Yoga of Breath, which is a more contemporary version of how to work with all different kinds of preparations for pranayamas and pranayama, very creative ways of working with props, and also includes philosophy along with, of course, Iyengar's book, where there's a lot of philosophy integrated.